Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu zungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.
Good morning to you, dear viewer. Hello, welcome to an exclusive interview coming to you live at Caritas Microfinance Bank headquarters as we bring you another conversation here on empowering businesses and strengthening communities. Well, Caritas Microfinance Bank is well renowned for uplifting households as well as businesses, and today we're going to have conversation on how they are strengthening communities just from their tagline says Marisha Jamii. So joining me right now, we have a Caritas Microfinance Bank representative, and she's going to be shedding more light and sharing insights on this conversation. A very good morning to you, Rosaline. How are you?
Good morning, Maureen. How are you?
I'm very okay. How about you?
I'm very well. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to share Caritas Microfinance Bank's vision for the business community.
All right. Thank you very much, and it's good to have you here. And could you kindly just tell the viewers who you are for the person who's seeing you for the first time, and tell us what you do at Caritas Microfinance Bank?
All right. My name is Rosaline Zerinjuguna, and I work at Caritas as a relationship manager supporting the growth of small businesses. So Caritas is actually very passionate about growing the small business person and enabling them to scale. And that is the biggest role that I play in this bank.
Thank you very much for that beautiful introduction. Well, let's kick in with the conversation, and just to let our viewers know, in case you'd love to share your feedback with us, your comments, please do share with us on 0717 424 866, or you can use the SMS number that is 21760, and we shall be reading your comments and your feedback as we go on with the conversation. Well, let's start out with this conversation and topic that we are talking about today, that is empowering businesses and strengthening communities. As I mentioned, your tagline, that is Caritas Microfinance Bank to Marisha Jamii. Could you elaborate on how this focus aligns with your broader mission to support the community?
Absolutely. Our tagline, as you've correctly said, is to Marisha Jamii. So Caritas is very focused on the household or on the family, because remember, every economic development has to start from somewhere. It has to start from the family. When the family is stable and when the family is economically enabled, the children are able to study, the parents are able to bring economic value to that family, and that is why Caritas, we are quite passionate about the household. Actually, our mission is we are a household financial service provider. And how we do that is that we go down to the family and identify how can we as Caritas assist them to grow economically. So we provide very many platforms, and we provide platforms such as savings platforms, we provide lending platforms, we provide money transfer platforms. And in the way we do it for the family is that we try to bring it as low and as micro as possible to allow each and every person to access without a lot of problems or a lot of force.
All right. Thank you very much for that beautiful insights on how Caritas is helping households as well as businesses, people continue all thriving. Well, when you take a look at Caritas Microfinance Bank, I understand you have various products that you offer to the customers. Could you kindly tell us and expound on which services that you offer for businesses people?
If you look at the business person, when they get into business, most of them just have this idea that I want to be a business person. Yeah, everyone wants to be a business person. Even the employed people all want to have a side hustle. So everyone wants to be known as this entrepreneur. But you find that majority of people actually do not know the intricacies of what it actually takes to be a business person. So as Caritas, the first thing that we do is we offer financial literacy. So you'll find we are running programs that allow this business person to actually understand what they're getting into and how they can actually grow to the potential that they've seen. Because everyone has a vision. And most people, we have seen the end, but hardly do we see the process. Most of us are just visualizing how I'm going to be this big entrepreneur. So what we start with as Caritas is that we offer financial literacy, and we guide you and we tell you this is your vision, this is the kind of business you want to run, and we expose you to how the industry is performing currently, and we tell you if you want to be doing business in this particular industry, these are the metrics in that industry, and this is what you will require, and then we guide you on how to start off, and of course we support you all along. And some of the products that we give at Caritas, first is the basic, just working capital, just money, seed money, to allow you to take off. So you will tell us, this is what I've been doing, and this is how far I've gone. Then we'll come in and give you just support, a push to enable you to move to the next level. So we'll give you working capital, and we'll allow you now to build on that, and we as continuously, because we don't do just financial literacy for the first point, throughout the loan progression. So we'll allow you to move along, we'll talk to you, we'll consult with you and see how far you're going. And, as a business is growing, you start needing, physical assets. And you find maybe this person now wants a pickup, or they want a vehicle, to be able to move from one point to the other. They feel the level that the business is, they need a machinery. And Caritas will also offer asset finance. So you will come to us and tell me, I've identified this motor vehicle that I need, I've identified this pickup, I've identified this kind of machinery that will enable me to actually make more business. And Caritas will step in right in to be able to give you that. Some of our customers are also involved in contracts or contractual businesses. And when I say contractual businesses, I mean LPO financing. So you find some of them are suppliers, some of them are contractors. And when they go out there, they may be issued with an LPO that they need to service. And of course, with the dynamics of business, sometimes this business person does not have, 100%, they may not be able to finance that. And when they come to us, because we are partners, we do not consider them as customers, really, we consider them as partners because we are partnering with them to be able to scale their business. And they will come to us and tell us, I have this LPO that I've been given, and because of my current status or cash flow, maybe I do not want to tie up as much cash flow in this before I get the payments. How can you chip in? And when they come, we are able to give them LPO financing, and they are able to do their supplies, and and we go along. So it's a whole bouquet of products that we allow our business people to be able to access, even if they want overdrafts, they want invoice discounting. We are unlimited in terms of how we support the business person.
Okay, thank you very much. And allow me to take you back like 4 years down the line, that is 2020, when the country was affected by COVID-19 pandemic. And then when we take a look at just some few months back, we had Mandamano in the country, and so many business people were affected by this Mandamano and COVID-19 pandemic. Does Caritas Microfinance Bank help to lend money to the customers and businesses people when it comes to such scenarios in life?
Yeah, I agree, Maureen. COVID-19 was such a phenomena that pivoted how business is done, not only in Kenya but globally. so many things changed in terms of processes. People now started accepting technology. So there was a lot of shift in terms of COVID-19. But also COVID-19 also saw a lot of our business people struggle, because remember, we had these shutdowns, we had these lockdowns. If a customer is in import and export, they're unable to do that because all the airports were not. Can you imagine? All the airports were not in operation. And for us at that moment, I remember we really looked at our customers and we thought about them. And we decided, because most of our loans are structured in such a way that they make payments every month. And considering with the lockdowns and how the business was not moving, at that particular time we were able to support them, even giving them a period. We gave them a grace period, a time to relax, a term, relaxed time to be able to recover and then pay after a period of time. And even the mandamano that were there just the other day, not even the mandamano, we had the floods, and I have customers whose businesses were destroyed by the floods. And when we look at that, I remember, don't forget I said we are partners. So we look at what is affecting you at that moment and we are able to support. Is it restructuring your loan? Is it postponing your payments? How can we be able to come in? Is it refinancing, giving you more money to be able to go back to your initial position? And not only that, we also ensure that our businesses, we ensure that working capital or that stock that they have has been insured. So in case of such floods, mandamano, and your things were destroyed, our insurance partners are able to come in and restore you back. Yes.
Beautifully, and I think that's why Caritas Microfinance Bank is one of the best and the fastest growing microfinance bank here in Kenya, just because of the good work that you're serving the community and helping them thriving together, and we continue to congratulate you for that. Well, as we continue with the conversation, could you tell us on how does Caritas Microfinance Bank stand out in serving SMEs, and you can elaborate what SMEs does mean to other viewers as well.
Okay, when you talk about SME, we're talking about the small medium enterprises, and micro are also there. When they say SME, they forget the M, because ideally it should be MSME. So we have every business, it starts somewhere. And I know we were taught this in our entrepreneurship in primary, that you don't start with 1 million shillings. You start with with where you are. And most of the businesses, then they're starting, they're micro, and they're able to move and grow and become small, and then they move and become medium, and eventually they become corporates, like we see, like Caritas we are now. So when you talk about SMEs, you talk about them. The small businesses, the medium businesses, the micro businesses that have been able to grow. Could you repeat your question? I think I've just gone through explaining what SME is, and I totally lost drift of the question.
Explain how does Caritas Microfinance Bank differentiate itself in the marketplace to cater to the unique needs of the small, medium sized businesses, that is SMEs.
All right, thank you. Sorry for that. One of the biggest actually not the biggest, our differentiator in the market is that we are an ethical bank. Being an ethical bank, it means everything that we do, from onboarding to the processes to even sustaining that business, you're doing it at an ethical point of view. And when you talk about banking from an ethical point of view, I know the customers will be curious to know what is ethical in terms of when you're lending to me. One, we ensure that the kind of interests that we're charging our customers are not exuberant. They're interests that are actually making sense. Being an ethical partner, we also ensure that we are able to be open. So if your interest is going to be 1%, we will tell you it's 1%. We will tell you it's 1%, and then later on we add another cost in it. So we are very open in terms of the kind of cost and charges that we charge our customers. And also when we are processing, we maintain high levels of integrity. So I will say in the market, what differentiates us is being ethical. Yes.
Okay, all right. as we continue with the conversation, it's quite interesting because as we mentioned in the start that everyone loves to start a business, whether it's clothing, whether it's, whatever business idea you have in mind. Caritas Microfinance Bank is the best place to come in. You can visit either one of their branches here in Kenya, and they can be able to walk you through and help you by guiding you, by offering financial literacy, just as you mentioned, of which we know you've been doing that a lot to the customers that you have. Let's take over some of the challenges that the businesses people face. How do Caritas Microfinance Bank approach some of these challenges to their people? Do you go out to the field to get the feedback just to know what is happening in the world of business?
As Caritas being a microfinance bank, one of the things that we say is that we feel and we touch. And what that literally means is that we go out to the customer. We don't wait for the customer to come to us. So we go out with the customer and sit with them and get to understand what is happening to them and what are the challenges they're facing. Because, in business, there are a lot of dynamics. And the dynamics do not only come from the economic status, but the dynamics even come in legislation. So there are a lot of changes that actually happen in the business world that as Caritas, we endeavor to really keep in touch with our customers. And one of the biggest challenges that they face, of course, is money, because everyone wants more money and everyone has a vision of where they want to go, and they feel that money is what will take them there. And as I said, and I'll keep mentioning that with our financial literacy programs, we allow this customer to be able to access enough funds to allow them to scale. Because again, we do not want to give them money that after 6 months, the business is crushed. Because remember, if you pump in too much money at a small scale, then your business may end up not really moving in the right direction. So one of the biggest challenges they have is that. And also currently we are seeing the cost of living has really gone high, which means even the purchasing power of their own customers has gone slower. And a person who was making sales of 200,000 is now making sales of 100,000. And because of such instances, as Caritas, we work with our customers, and when we realize that particular industry is being affected by such a thing, we are able to restructure the facility and now reduce your payments. So that again, we are supporting you up until the economy is stable enough. We've also seen the last 12 months, the interest rates have been changing. It has been crazy. Every month we hear the CBK is announcing a change, and it's not a change downwards, it's actually a change upwards. And we've seen a lot of financial institutions, every month they're changing their interest rates and giving advice that we are moving from point A to point B. But if you look at us at Caritas, as I said, we're an ethical bank. We have not involved ourselves in that. Actually, in the span of the last 12 months, our interest rates have hardly changed. And it's because we really understand our customers and we really want to walk with them this journey and not to be a burden to them, but to be a real partner. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Rosalina, for those beautiful insights that you are giving out to the people and to the viewers out there. And I can see so many people are following the conversation and they're saying they're loving it. Just to mention a few, we have Marunda Wanjiku who says, I'm following closely the conversation. We have Eliza Macau as well, you following the conversation. And Marunda Wanjiku also says, Caritas Microfinance Bank is the best Catholic Church bank where solutions come in package. That's a very beautiful. I don't know what you have to say about that.
I'm impressed, that our customers actually recognize that we are a church, we are a bank of the church. Mm-hmm. And being a bank of the church, we are also held to particular standards. Mm-hmm. And that is why I keep saying that our differentiator is ethical. Mm-hmm. Because we all know that the church is ethical, and being a child of the church, we have to maintain that standard. Mm-hmm. So it's beautiful to hear our customers actually acknowledge that we are a church bank.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then we have Pastor Henry Ayora anasema anawafuatilia sana. Thank you very much for those beautiful comments and feedback that you are sending to us. And please do share more feedback and of course the questions as well. Rosaline can be able to, give back more comments and elaborate further when it comes to empowering and strengthening communities in businesses world. And so we're going to take a very short break, but we shall be continuing with the conversation just in a few. Stay tuned for that.
Muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas. Imarika we. Kimasomo, kibiashara, kiukulima, kiteknolojia.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu uzungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika we.
In case you are joining us, we are at Caritas Microfinance Bank headquarters having this beautiful conversation on empowering businesses and strengthening communities. And in the first part, we've been able to learn on how Caritas Microfinance Bank is uplifting their households and as well the businesses people. And as we continue with the conversation, joining me right now, just after the break, we have Rosaline. Thank you very much, Rosaline, for taking time to elaborate and to enlighten the viewers on how Caritas Microfinance Bank is helping businesses people in the world and especially in the country and in our dioceses. So thank you very much and welcome to our second part.
Thank you.
Yes, as we continue with this conversation and topic today, I'd love to maybe take you back on how Caritas is helping even not only businesses, people, even farmers. Because I remember last year we were at Caritas Dairy in Limuru and it was a very beautiful launch on the Caritas Dairy. Could you just tell us on how that idea came up and how you're working towards helping these farmers in the country?
All right, thank you, Maureen. You know, agriculture is the backbone of this country. Actually, if you look at our GDP, It's heavily contributed by agriculture. And Caritas being a bank that supports the households, of course, we cannot miss to be supporting the farmers. And you've done well to mention the Caritas Dairy. It was a beautiful, beautiful event, an important partnership that we did with Caritas Dairy. And what we have done for them, especially the milk farmers, is that we have allowed them to access funds at a cheaper rate. We are able to give them a rate that is below the market rate. And right now, I think they're accessing it at 10% a whole year. That is way below what the market is offering. So any farmer who is in dairy farming, and specifically even in Caritas Dairy, they are able to access those funds at very cheap rate and very fast. Yes.
Okay. And as well to mention, you have a yogurt product, a Hadi as well. Yes, the people can be able to enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. They also do value addition at Caritas Dairy, and of course, those are some of the products that we support in terms of development and also getting them to the market.
Okay, let's break it down to the young people out here. And because if you take a look of the students in the university, they also have these small businesses they have out there to carry out and help them maybe in future to have a bigger business. Could you kindly maybe help these young people in taking care of their businesses and having even a broader, wider market for them? Do you also have such a maybe help to younger people?
When you mention younger people, currently we are calling them the Gen Z. Yeah, and we love the Gen Z at Caritas. If you look at even our employees, like over 70% are the Gen Z. So they play a very critical role even in the bank. And even the Gen Zs who are in business, we understand that there are people who are very technology driven, and there are also people who are quite knowledgeable, unlike the previous generations. These are people who are quite knowledgeable even about the industry trends. And we see them so much even in the creative industry. They're the ones who are in the Instagrams and the TikToks of today. And the kind of businesses they're doing is very diverse. And as Caritas, what we have done, we have allowed them to come in and we are able to craft a product that will actually align to their business model. Because some of these business models, if you look at someone who has decided to be in the creative industry, some of their incomes are not regular because they're probably being paid per viewership, or it's not really regular. So when they come to the bank, we are able to support them and give them a facility to upscale or to improve their lives and even tie it into the kind of business plan that they are having. So the young people, we love them, and we are really encouraging them to move out into business and grow this economy.
Okay, I understand that technology is a very important and vital part in the times that we are in, and so many people have even taken their businesses to the online platforms and even selling on their WhatsApp. How do you go about that as Caritas Microfinance Bank? Because I know when it comes to technology, if you take a look at some of the services that you offer, you have the Caritas app that one can be able to go through and access all these services. What is the future when it comes to business and technology part in partnership with Caritas Microfinance Bank?
We cannot run away from technology, and I can tell you for sure it's really changing faster than it did 10 years ago. And as Caritas, we're also aligned to the same. And what we've done, we also have a product that you can access online. When you go to our app or to our USSD, you're able to access a mobile loan. And when I speak about a mobile loan, it's a digital loan, basically. And it's a facility that you're able to access without manual intervention, without human intervention, depending on how well your business is doing, the kind of transactions your business is drawing, you're able to access a facility online. Those who may not wish to get the online facility and they're doing their businesses online, we also appreciate them and allow them to be able to be funded by the bank based on the businesses that they are doing, whether on TikTok, WhatsApp, text. I just made an order in the morning through WhatsApp. So those are the kind of businesses that are happening, and as Caritas, we are right in it.
Okay, thank you very much. And to the viewers who are asking on how they can get in touch with Caritas Microfinance Bank, of course, you can dial on 0729 986 331, or you can use another number that is 020 515 1500. And as well, you can be able to follow them and get in touch with them on their social media platforms, and they will be able to get back to you by sharing your feedback, by sharing the comments that you have been making, and maybe how you'd love to be part of Caritas Microfinance Bank. Well, we have a question here, Rosaline, and someone is asking, what does it take for one to get a loan at Caritas Microfinance Bank to support their business? What are the requirements?
Some of the basic requirements. One, we will want to know what kind of business you're running and whether it's legal. And that means we'll need a license. And this license, business permit, if you're in a physical location. If you're online, because we have a lot of businesses that are doing online, we will want details of the platform. Are you on the platform you're selling on? So we'll need that detail. Then we'll also require your statements, or where you're banking. Are you banking on Mpesa? Are you banking in another bank? We will require you to present your financials. We also have people who don't really bank 100%. They have records. They can present the records of the business, of how they're buying and selling. And when they present to us, we're able to give them that facility. So it's really straightforward. You just bring just proof that you're in business. So you'll bring your records, your sales, your communications with your customers. For example, if you're doing it online, and we are able to give you that facility. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. And we have Boniface Okumu, who says a very enlightening conversation. Keep it up, Caritas Microfinance Bank here. Thank you very much, Boniface. We have Fifi Emush, who's saying, I'm following the conversation, as well as Michael Shira. Thank you, Asanteni Sana, for your feedback and keeping in touch with us. Well, when we take a look at some of the emergencies that are, businesses, people, as we mentioned about the COVID-19 pandemic, we also have fire in case of fire outbreak. If you take a look at people having businesses in Gikomba area, sometimes, most of the times you hear, there was an outbreak and people lost their businesses, their staffs were banned. Does Caritas Microfinance Bank how do you approach these people and help them in terms of emergency cases, like they're banning, their staffs are banning to whatever they have built up?
Yes, Maureen. When we are interacting or we are partnering with our businesses, we just don't leave them open to circumstances that may arise. And we allow them to access insurance. And how we structure our insurance, it's structured for the business people. So you could be a micro business person, you could be an SME, and we're able to craft an insurance that will cover you in case of fire, in case of destruction by floods, in case of destruction by maandamano. We are able to support you that. And the beauty of insurance is that it takes you back to the position you were in before that calamity happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, yeah, beautiful. And could you tell us in the market trends, what changes does Caritas Microfinance Bank maybe observed when it comes to business lending space, and how is Caritas Microfinance Bank adapting to these changes?
Some of the changes I had is about, for the last 12 months, we have seen a lot of fluctuation in terms of interest. And as Caritas Bank, we have tried as much as possible to support our businesses and our customers that we serve and minimize those kind of fluctuations to them. Another way that we have seen, another trend that we've seen is the shift in technology. And because of that, we've also incorporated a lot of technological support for our businesses. So they're able to access like the digital loan that I had mentioned. We've also allowed our processes to be driven by technology. So you find when they come to us, we are using, a platform that is able to give them their facilities on time, because again, the period of time it takes between you're applying for a loan and actually getting it, sometimes it takes too long in the market. So at Caritas Bank, what we've done, we've adapted a technology that allows us to give loans as fast as possible and to allow this person to be able to do the purchases they wanted or the imports that they required.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, and I understand that we talked about some of the challenges that the businesses people are facing. And allow me to mention on the regulatory compliance and infrastructure issues. How do Caritas Microfinance Bank help to navigate these obstacles?
Yes, legislation is critical, because when legislation comes, I can tell you for sure, if a business is not aligned, it will have problems. And I'll give an example of when we had a change in the liquor business, and there were directives that no liquor business will be in the CBD. So you can imagine any person who was doing business, liquor business in the CBD or at bus stops was challenged. We also have another instance, the most common one of plastics. And the government said we no longer want these small plastics. And you can imagine anyone who was in that kind of business were quite affected. So for us at Caritas, what we do, we have financial literacy. And when we realize that there's a change in legislature, we go down to our customers and again take them through and let them understand how it will affect their businesses. If they need to move their businesses from that particular industry to a different one, then we will guide, and if they need financial support, again, we will chip in. If they feel that they can remodel themselves to fit into the new structures that have been set up, again, we step in and allow them to access the finances that they may require.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, wow, beautiful comment there. And as maybe you can tell us as we maybe approach to winding up our conversation today, what is the future growth of Business World in partnership with Caritas Microfinance Bank?
Caritas Bank tuimarisha jamii. And our vision is to have each and every family economically stable. And that is what drives us, that every morning, are we making a difference to that family, to that woman, to that youth who wants to grow, who wants to expand their wings? So at Caritas, that is our vision, that at the end of the next few years, we'll look back and see the number of families that we've been able to take from struggling, and now they're established business people, and they're able even to employ others and to create more opportunities for other people. That is our vision. Yes, thank you, Maureen.
Okay, you're welcome, Rosalina. And what about for that person, as we mentioned, that everyone is looking to have a business in future? Do you have any advice you'd love to offer to them, and how maybe they can get in touch with Caritas Microfinance Bank?
Absolutely. Anyone who wishes to start a business, one, I would advise them to start now and not wait until they get money, and start with the people that you have. So we always say start with what you have, and start where you are today. Do not wait to get money tomorrow. Start where you are, and once you start, come to us at the bank. You can contact us through our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on WhatsApp. Visit our website. You'll also be able to see the kind of packages that we have for the business people. And when you contact us, we'll be able to reach out, even visit you wherever you are, and we'll be able to guide you to access the kind of facility that will take you to the next level.
Right. I'm loving the way people have been engaging to this conversation and sending feedback, not just even asking questions. It's just congratulating the good work Caritas Microfinance Bank is doing. So you can be able to tell that it's true, you are on the ground and the people are loving your services and whatever you are offering, the products, everything by Caritas Microfinance Bank. And that's why Capuchin TV have partnered with Caritas Microfinance Bank to help you work together in business world in terms of education. You want to take your child to school. They have all these services, and you can be able to, come in and even access that in online by making sure that you have the Caritas Bank app, and you'll be able to follow and get all the services that they offer just at your comfort zone. So please do make sure that, and I insist every day when we have this conversation, make sure you download the app. Make sure you register with them, and you'll be able to access and love these beautiful services that are offered by Caritas Microfinance Bank. Thank you very much, Rosalina, for that time and for ensuring that you share these beautiful insights to the viewers, and they have been able to grasp a lot and something they can be able not only to have it for themselves but to share with their loved ones, with the community, by working together. Any parting shot you'd love to say to the viewers or emphasize on something when it comes to business?
My parting shot will be, you need Caritas because we are an ethical bank. You will not be disappointed when you come to Caritas. And we have a full bouquet that is able to cater for your needs. Whether you're a small business, micro business, medium enterprise, we are able and we understand the needs that you require for your business. So come, visit us, feel at home. We are a partner and we will walk this journey together.
Well, thank you all very much. And that has been our topic today in our conversation on how Caritas Microfinance Bank is empowering businesses and strengthening communities. And thank you very much to all of you who were tuning in to this conversation and sending your feedback, your comments to us. We appreciate that as Capuchin TV and, of course, as Caritas Microfinance Bank. They can be able to track down on how the people are saying about Caritas Microfinance Bank. And of course, just with their tagline, that is Caritas Microfinance Bank twaimarisha jamii, or rather, which means we empower communities, if I got that it right. Okay, you can be able to tell how they are playing a very pivotal role in supporting small and medium-sized enterprises and also contributing to a broader economic and social landscape here in Kenya. Thank you very much to all of you for making time and for tuning in and for sending your feedback with us. We appreciate that. My name is Maureen Kimani and my guest was Rosalina Ndishu, a representative from Caritas Microfinance Bank. Thank you all and have a good day. See you next time.
Jamii kuimarika ni vikundi kuungana, muungano wa kujisaidia na uhusiano na Caritas. Imarika, imarika we. Kimasomo, kibiashara, kiukulima, kiteknolojia.
Caritas Microfinance Bank imejitolea muhanga kwa kuwawezesha Wakenya kupata fedha kwa urahisi ili kujenga rasilimali na kujiendeleza. Maisha ya jamii yamebadilika na kuimarika. Msingi wa jamii ni utulivu wa familia iliyoimarika. Ukiwa na mradi unayohitaji kuimarishwa, tuna utu. Karibu uzungumze nasi. Caritas Microfinance Bank.
Imarika, imarika we.